Ready, talk boxing with Mr. A right here on Double RT Boxing. Good morning on the morning of 9/9/2017. This is a fight card, a post fight card review. That of the Mayweather promotions last night on Showtime, with the headliner of David Benavidez versus Ronald Gravel. Co-main event, Jalen Love versus Abby Hahn. And the opening bout of Caleb Plant with the late replacement of Alan Campa was replaced by Andrew Hernandez. Now, my pre-fight grade was a C for this card, those three fights. The Caleb Plant fight with the late replacement. Caleb Plant looked really sharp. He looked excellent, I thought. Well, I wouldn't say excellent, because he looked good. He improved. He looked like an improvement. What you like to see of fighters, even the great fighters, you want to see them tweak something, learn something. And Caleb's body attack seems to be worked on, seems to be crisper. His left hooks it seemed like to be really, it was a focus on during the off season or off camp. You know, he looked in good shape. Andrew Hernandez, for 8 days, that's what I was talking in the breakdown prediction. People like Caleb Plant, but they're like, what happened to the power? What happened to it? You know, you were knocking people out, sweet hands. Not realizing sweet hands was, combinations. He don't have power. He's just an ordinary fighter. Ordinary boxer, not a knockout artist. But for 8 days, even I feel he had to take Andrew Hernandez out, just because right now he's a contender. David Benavidez is a champion, and Caleb Plant is a young contender in that WBC. He's got to be in there. I'm pretty sure if he's not in the 15, he's got to be at least number 18. So he's a contender for that belt, and knowing that there's a vacant title as the headliner in your weight class, I would have thought he would have put on the gas and finish him out. They asked Mayweather whether he grade Caleb Plant. He gave Caleb Plant a C, just for the fact hey, he's a great fighter. He looked excellent tonight, but with that guy, he should have took him out. So he gave him a C. And all the commentators were saying that, oh, Caleb Plant is looking great. His combinations are great. His body attack is great. His combinations are great. But I think it's time for him to start taking it out and put the gas on, take him out. Now, in my breakdown, I said Caleb Plant leaves his head still. That's his only problem. And I think it showed last night. Andrew Hernandez kind of showed a blueprint on Caleb Plant. You could throw with him, because I do believe Caleb Plant was trying to take him out. It just every time he did, Andrew threw with him and it just stopped him. Go watch the fight around 7, 8, and all that. Around 9, when Caleb started turning it on, whenever he tried to, Andrew just threw with him and boom, a left hooked him and just stopped him. So overall, that fight's a C minus for that, because Caleb Plant did look good. He just didn't finish him. Now, Jalen Love and Hahn, that's the fight I was most intrigued by, because I just needed to see what type of fighter Jalen Love was. Right here on Double RT Boxing, Mr. A needed answers, and they were answered by Hahn, not Jalen Love. In the breakdown prediction, you guys saw I was picking Hahn to win that fight by a split decision upset. I thought just his basic pressure, because that's the only way he could win, was to just boxing box him, and once he gets inside, just pressure Jalen Love. Jalen Love tried to fight, started by walking him down. By round 2, Han kind of reversed roles. He had a nice little awkward rhythm bouncing to him, constantly switching orthodox southpaw back to orthodox. It was just a weird, whether he was even fighting out of the stance or not, he was just switching, just like almost like 10 times around. And but yeah, it's like that fight was a lot of action, but not a lot of accuracy for both fighters. But Han delivered more action than Jalen Love, and that's why the fight was won. Like I said, not because of it was a great connection rate. It was just, during the slow action, who was throwing punches, Han, and then when the few punches did land, who was landing the harder punches, Han. He used the ring better than Jalen Love, whether offensively or defensively. So overall, he just got more points. But then in round 8, it just ended in some nasty headbutt, and like I never seen like just boom, soon the hits head, and then just instantly it's like from like right here, like just a straight gash, and it just started leaking quick, and then the way he just fell, like he walked, then he just fell to his knees, then did a face flop, rolled over, start kicking out his legs. His leg was spazzing. It was at first I was like, is he selling this? But once I saw his legs spazzing out, you never see people sell flops like that. They don't kick out the legs and flop and start spazzing them. So I was like, oh, dude, he's hurt. And it made, like I said in the breakdown, I said it makes sense, dude. That dude had a 19-month layoff. He was moving around that ring a lot. He was coming up in weight, I believe. So put all those factors into it. You're over there fighting your heart out, probably the biggest stage of your career, and then you get a headbutt. Dude, his body was in shock. Like, dude, I'm using all this energy, breathing heavy, and all this blood loss right now. Shock. This is Double R T Boxing, Mr.A. Thumbs up this video. Thumbs up to this post-fight card review. And that fight, surprisingly, even though there wasn't much action and a lot of things, I liked that fight a lot. It was two people who needed to win, and they were doing enough. I give that fight like a B plus. I like that fight a lot, even though like it wasn't a lot of great stuff happening, but it was a guy who knew he needed to win, Han, really trying to win. And then you saw Jalen Love, who needed to win, who could not afford an upset. He just wasn't showing up. He was there. You hear everyone. You hear his corner going crazy. He just couldn't do it. He mentally couldn't do it. And you saw one guy mentally taking him to a point where Jalen Love couldn't answer. And it wasn't even a physical damage. It was just mentally testing him. Like, oh, dude, am I going to lose to this upset? Am I going to lose to Han? Han just took Jalen Love where he mentally can't fight. So I gave that fight a B. And then for the main event, I was totally wrong on this one. I won't say totally wrong, but as for the prediction, I was totally wrong. I had David Benavidez just outpowering him, speeding him, gunning him out in 4 rounds. I didn't have Ronald Gravel lasting that long. In the predictions, I said the only chance Ronald could possibly have is that because David tends to be a little too happy in his power, too confident that we don't know what type of defense he has. So we don't know his defense. Oh, I'm thirsty here. So the fact that I thought David Benavidez could be open to a jab to the chest and to the body, and Ronald was going to have to use his legs. And I was like, man, for all the good work Ronald could do, David's power could easily just take it away. and Ronald was body stabbing, jabbing him to the death, and using his legs, but not really to use for the whole ring. He was just kind of, taking small steps once he got inside, hit him to the body angle, hit him to the body angle. But when he was there too long, David was unleashing that power. Even though Ronald blocked a lot of it, it was moving him. It was those power shots was moving him. But me personally, like I said, I had David winning by 4th round knockout. But watching that fight and scoring it the way I did, I had Ronald clearly winning that fight. Like I said, I only gave David 3 rounds, and the fight kind of went how I was thought it was going to work. Ronald was going to Dana, you called it, man. It was going to be hard work versus just power. Ronald's hard work won him that fight. He like I said, when we were talking, I thought Ronald was going to work really hard, build up points for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and David's power shots were just going to outscore his work. That's what David was counting on, but the thing is, Ronald was blocking a lot of that power shots. A lot of it wasn't landing. So that's why, to me, it didn't erase Ronald's like 2 minutes of hard body stabbing, circling him. Until like round 10, 11, 9, those power shots started to land a little bit. But to me, Ronald built up enough points in the earlier rounds to have a big cushion. Then him dropping David in the 12th was just almost like icing on the cake. So I gave that fight a B. That was a really good fight overall. So this card, I'm going to give a nice solid B. It went up 1 grade. It went from a C to a pre-fight score, a B. It was a C pre-fight letter grade to a post-fight letter grade of a B. That's Mr. A right here on RRT Boxing. Thumbs up the video if you like the card. Leave a comment down below. What do you grade these 3 fights? Leave it down what you grade them individually, and what do you grade this card as a whole. Money Mayweather Promotions, what do you give it? This is Mr. A saying thank you for the support. Thank you for thumbing up the video when you do. If you haven't, thumbs up any other video in the past that you have not. And thumbs up the future videos. Thank you for your support. Enjoy all future content right here on RRT Boxing. Ready, talking boxing, baby. Mr. A is out.